Apple just leaked their internal Claude Code setup. At the same time, we have the creator of Claude Code sharing how it set up its own Claude Code. So I combined all these sources to create a combined skill that I can register in my Claude Code, and the quality of my Claude Code responses was much better, to the point that to give it a test, I created this authentication app. Without this skill, 5 out of 5 hacks successfully hacked my app. But with this skill, my vibe coded app successfully defended itself against all those hacks. In this walkthrough, I want to provide you to access this skill that I created, and at the same time to check on what are the best practices released by Anthropic and shared or leaked by Apple. Let's check it out. Just a couple of days ago, someone realized that, wow, Apple actually left a Claude.md file in one of their application, which was an Apple support, like a chatbot. They call it Juno AI, which had some guardrails and rules specified for the backend of this application. Well, for me, it doesn't matter really what Apple added in this Claude.md because that was their specific project. And I don't want to provide you walkthrough on all these rules they specified here, but what was important for me was that can I get some hints or best practices to how I set up my Claude Code, or maybe create a skill out of it that Apple development team is following on, which is great. As I was searching and hunting for best practices to create this unique skill for myself in Claude Code, I realized that the creator of Claude Code has shared a couple of million views tweets that share its own best practices on how he is using Claude Code, and he also Anthropic as a team, they're actually using Claude Code. So the responses of all these best practices he shared were multiple threads in tweets, but I realized that someone actually took all those tweets and created this a skill MD file that you could register and use it in Claude Code to have the same experience as these people are taking. So I took this one and also the best practices I found in the Apple Claude MD to create my own skill. But what was inside that Apple MD file? When I checked this MD file, it didn't really give me a lot of lesson learns or hints, but of course I use Claude Code by itself to see if it can get some best practices out of this leaked file, and it did, and it was really impressive. So let's go through the lessons. Lesson number 1 from leaked Apple Claude.md file: use X with not Y. What does that mean? Well, these models, when you work with them, you realize that they're biased towards specific frameworks to use to code for you, or some services. For example, when you deploy something with a vibe-coded app using Claude Code, usually it tries to deploy that on Railway, which is like a server that you can deploy your applications. Or sometimes when you want to just launch a quick website, it usually deployed on Vercel. Well, I don't know why and how they got biased towards, but most likely because they are being trained on the training data, and what they have seen most in the training data, they are biased towards that. So it's important that you specifically mention that, hey, make sure that you follow this framework, this library, this package for that specific vibe coding task, not the other one. So this was mentioned a couple of times in different sentences of that leaked file, which is a great practice to apply in your Claude Code as a skill. Lesson 2. So many times Claude Code make assumptions that you have no clue about them. So Apple knew and they applied this rule. They said that, hey, in these sentences, they specified view model doesn't know which backend is active. That means never try to increase all those weird imports at the top of all the skips, because you don't need that. There is no dependency between these two, or that module doesn't know anything about the other module. So mention this, specify them without letting the Claude Code assume by itself, and try to increase some redundant imports at the top of your scripts as they are not relevant. So state your boundaries in one sentence, like they did. They said, view model doesn't know which backend is active, or components are purely UI, no business logic, no service dependencies. So this is a good practice to be added in the skill when we vibe coding that. Make sure the Claude Code tell by itself to itself that don't make assumptions, and here's the boundary. You might have seen that, hey, you specify some rules for your Claude Code, but it escapes it, it forgets it, or it doesn't follow that 100% properly. Here's the reason. What Apple did, for non-obvious rules that you specify, or even any rules you specify in your Claude Code, provide a Y component for it. why I'm telling Claude Code to do this. Here's the example actually Apple did in that MD file. They said that messages wrapped in message group to avoid SwiftUI ID collision. And check this out. There is a link. I assume it can be like an internal ticketing or bug. So we are providing a reference for Claude Code that why we are asking you to follow this rule. So the bug ID that we specified there, it makes this rule for the Claude Code non-negotiable. Provide the why and reasoning of the why, or some references or documents about that why for any rule you specify for the Claude Code. That's another thing to capture in a skill that we are going to create. Apple never lets Claude guess where something lives. I realize that in the leaked file they are specifying the location of major folders, files, and even subfolders, because sometimes Claude Code tend to do a search by itself to see the directory, all the files, subfolders, that suddenly you will see that you're wasting a lot of token because of just Claude Code search on finding an information about the files and folders. But with you specifying where they are and forcing Claude Code to document all as it generate codes and provide walkthrough by itself, that helps the Claude Code skill to be much better, and also reducing the token that is being used for vibe coding process. This is another good one to be added to the skill. And from the creator of Claude Code, Boris Cherny, I realized that there are some really good practices he shared in tweets. So he said that always start complex tasks in plan mode. So plan mode will enforce Claude Code to think better, not jumping into the execution. And some people say that plan mode is, well, you have to approve, you have to wait, it's interactive, and it wastes more token because there's whole thinking planning process. But believe me, when you do something with automated mode, so there's no planning, the token and time you waste to go and fix what Claude Code generated by keep prompting that is even worse. So respect the fact that enable plan mode for complex tasks as advised by the creator of Claude Code. Another great trick that I always use in my applications when I vibe code is making my Claude Code self-evolving. So within that skill that you use, which we're gonna also create, make sure that when Claude Code make any mistake, let it update itself. Go and update that Claude.md file by Claude to why you failed, get the lesson learned, what you did well, echo that in that memory or in whatever you call it, lesson learned. So this self-evolving mechanism will be applied in your Claude Code setup as you're telling it that update yourself after every correction. This has been the most impactful trick that I'm keep using in my all Claude Code projects. Again, I use Claude Code to check all these best practices leaked by Apple and the creator of Claude Code to come up with this Claude Code best practices skill, which I actually shared that in the GitHub repo attached to the video description below. If you go there, you will see how you can use this skill, which is the juice of all these components that I captured from the references that I told you about. And then when I created that with help of Claude, actually, I was able to register it with the name that is specified. And now I want to create an app or vibe code, a task, to see if using this skill give me a better quality as an outcome of Claude Code or no. So that's the test scenario we're gonna do together. Then how do you register the skill that I released in the GitHub repo below? Very simple. Just download this MD file that I added in the GitHub repo, and I explained that in the repo. And as soon as you have it in, let's say, your local machine, you just type in Claude Code that, hey, create the skill using the MD file in this location that you have downloaded. That's it. Claude Code by itself, go ahead and register the skill, and you can use it with the name that is added in the MD file, which is, if I just do dash and just type Claude, you can see that Claude Code best practices has been registered for me. So you should see the same name appeared and it's loaded now. So this Claude Code has this skill with the practices I told you. I want to create another Claude Code without this skill so we can test it side by side. Here's my second Claude Code session without this skill imported. So what I'm gonna do, I will just copy paste this prompt, which is the fact that I'm asking that create this user authentication app using Node.js. So technically I want to have just an authentication process using SQLite as a database so user can log in. That's it. So I just copy paste this prompt in both Claude Code, this one without the skill, let it work, and this one with the skill that we imported. but I just need to change the path of that to both to be on the desktop. And that's it. So let them work and let's see what's gonna happen. At the same time, I asked Claude Code to generate this .sh file that simulate an attack from hackers. There are 5 different scenarios which are gonna tell you what they are, but my goal is not testing the hacking system or attacking here. My goal is to see which vibe coded app is better with the skill, without a skill, for these vulnerabilities as an example, but it can be any other thing from your test scenario, quality of the app, the visualization, everything. But I want to make sure that it follows the skill that we added and makes it different or not. So this code is truly vibe coded by Claude. And I also gonna quickly tell you what are the hacking scenarios and what's the results of that. After a couple of minutes, both apps are ready, so I want to run that sh file that Claude created to simulate the hack. So with the command line that Claude gave me, actually, I'm running on both scenarios, and you will see that the response is back for me. The one that didn't use the skill, which is that vanilla app, actually got hacked with all hack number 1 to 5 scenarios. But the one that was using the skill, it passed. So that means it was able to defend itself through the same hack scenarios and same .sh file that I applied on both of them. I got really surprised, so I wanted to know how this skill was that good that the app created by this skill was totally different. I realized that for hack number 1, it failed because our skill was telling that automate 3 times, use battle-tested libraries. Because of this, when an hacker was trying to send a lot of, let's say hundreds of random passwords to come up with suddenly a match or find a pattern, the one that was created by skill rejected that because it was using battle tested libraries. So it installed express rate limit middleware. So as soon as you were passing the limit rate of trying to attack and come up with random passwords, it blocked it. So that's why it was not vulnerable, and it rejected the attack because of just a simple rule got added to the skill, which you don't use it because you just open up Claude Code and ask for a vibe coding tool. But with just enabling this skill, I save myself here. Another hack scenario we just tested was that an attacker who steals a database backup, let's say the DB file from SQLite here as an example, might dump the password column. So every user credential is gonna be stolen in one shot. But the one that was created by skill was able to defend itself because the skill was using the pair of use or not. So use this one, not plain text. That was forcing, when the app got created, to mandate one-way hashing with 12 rounds, which on this is mathematically irreversible. So that means even if the hacker was able to dump, get access to the file, it couldn't actually get access to all the password. So again, there were a couple of hack scenarios that this code provided, and actually Claude Code generated me this report. And I was just keen to know if a skill was really impactful on helping my vibe coded output to be better or not. My goal is not going through hack or educating hack stuff. Just an example of see if I can boost up my Claude Code quality with just using all the sources that I found you to come up with this skill. And again, I want to share this skill with you so you can use it to get better outcome for any type of vibe coding that you do. And the link is in video description below. I'm doing my best to create practical videos for the last 4 years to share whatever I know with AI community. So I appreciate if you subscribe and like, which help me to have these videos and efforts to be seen with more people in the community. And if you enjoyed, please do so, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.